Hello, guys and gals, animal friends, and spirit pals. Welcome to the Spirit Whisperer channel. I'm speaking into my sage microphone. Let me light it just a little bit more. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for being here with me and our animal friends and family. My dog family's right in here with me, even though sometimes you can't see them. Buttercup is always right behind me, always. So whether you see her or not, there she is. She's never not. Alaska's not in her chair, but she's laying in front of it on the floor. So that's that little white butt you see there. That's Alaska. So just sometimes you guys go, where's Alaska? Where's Buttercup? There they are. My little support team. Now it smells like sage in here. I love it. Thank you guys for gathering together. There's Dark Mother. Let me give a big shout out to my moderators. Gina M. Hi, Gina. And Miss Mims dropped in today to help me start questions because she is a love bug. Hi, Miss Mims. Then we have Catherine Gilbert, Be Angelic, Odd Girl Scout. Okay, that's a good kind to be. J.M. Wallace. Come on, Mark. Let's get the mouth working. Suzanne Grigsby. Elaine. Teresa. Had enough. Cat Nana. Howdy ho. Okay, Kenneth Smart. Hi, Kenneth Smart. I believe that's the first time I've read your name in the chat. So if it's your first time to a live, hello. First time to my channel, hello, welcome. You're probably saying, no, I've been here forever, Mark. You just never noticed me. Well, I love you. Thank you for being here or being back. Lorraine Tate. Hi, Lorraine. That might sound new to me, too. Hi, Maria Marino. You're not new to me. Sylvia Hanks. Chris Peters. Thank you, Chris. This is my little, I call this my rainbow kitty cat shirt because it's got all the rainbow, and I'm still Pride Month. Rainbow. Of course, it's Pride year for me. But this is one of my rainbow shirts. Isn't it cute? All those cute little kitty cat faces. Look at that big pink, green, blue, yellow, orange, red, purple. Gorge. Sorry to make you jealous with my gorgeous cat shirt. Hey, Beth. Thanks for stopping by, though. I appreciate it. Have a good meeting. And I'll see you on Saturday. This barber, Troy Derwin Marin. Hi, Troy, Senior. Ooh, police officer. Hi, buddy. Thank you. Yep. Robert Groover. It's a lot of men names today. I'm so excited. Hey, Robert. Glad you're here. Glad you caught me live. I'm going to do some animal readings here any second. Kentucky Buck. Saying hi to the most important members, Alaska and Buttercup. And, of course, everybody in the chat. Naylor Vicky. Hi, Naylor. That's a new name. This is why I like to read the names, because I find out more people who are here. And I like to say your name out loud. Announce it to the universe that you're here in our beautiful family. So, before we get to animal questions, I'm going to say this. Yeehaw! It's been a great weekend. I'm going to call it a gigantic win for the light workers, light walkers, people who are into love and truth and the American way. The American people really did a great number this past Saturday. I guess they're estimating around 5 million, but just out in the streets, no king state. And it was so good. And it just drowned out that hideous display of disgustingness that happened in Washington. We were hoping that the rain would drown it out, but it's actually better that the American people drowned it out. They rained on his parade big time. Now they're going to act like it didn't, but it did. It was big. It's big. So I remember on Saturday morning when I did my show, I was going, boy, I woke up today feeling like a shift happened. Some of the oppression has lifted. And that was demonstrating that, I think. It was so good. And so it's just going to continue. More and more people will be coming out. It's about, the American people taking back their own power. And we don't want a dictator here in this country. It's stupid. Anyway, so accept that, breathe it in, be happy for the victory. And as we move forward, ditching this dictator and getting back to some kind of semblance of peace and love and goodness. All right, so I just want everybody to know, you have to acknowledge that as a win, breathe it in, and when you're able to join in, if you can physically do so, and if you're not able to do it physically because of the location or your health or whatever, you can join in mentally, spiritually, emotionally. We're all one. It's so good. Yeah. So yay, let's big win. A big win for us all. I still have like a cough. It is persistent. What is it? It keeps hanging on. We the people. That's right, Barbara. Ditch the dictator. It was really a great display. And I'm, for one, grateful. I loved, I watched a few clips. Like I never listened to the Oompa Loompa's voice because it just stops my blood running. But I watched a couple of clips, and for the first time in a long time, I sort of watched some Midas Touch and stuff. And my favorite clip is 3 months. Oh, thanks, Gina. Hi, Gina. It B was this clip of the tank going down the street during the parade in front of the people, and it was just dead silence, like you couldn't even hear breathing. It's supposed to be a big yay parade, military, yeah, and it was just silence, except you could hear the tank going going by. That said it all. And then they would contrast it with the shot of one of the protests anywhere in America, and it was just wild, joyful shouting. It was quite a contrast. And then I saw today that the most watched part of the parade that's got the most views and everything is that squeaky tank going down the street in silence. So I don't know. I get a certain amount of joy from that. That, and then when you saw the poor soldiers being forced to participate and them just walking as if, they were getting sent to their room or something. Okay, I'll stop gloating. But that was just the weirdest and the most, it was just the perfect thing. And I love, you know, I just know that when they probably keep it from him, but if he knew that that's the most watched clip from his parade, it would kill him. It's so fun. Anyway. And of course, nobody went to the parade. It was a very small amount of people. It was really pathetic. All right, let's get to our animals. But you know what? The animals benefit from this too. So does Mother Earth. We want love in place of hateful dictatorship. I don't care. You know, he's so anti earth, animals, nature, plants, people, farmers. Get him gone. Exactly, had enough. I love that. Walking like teenagers who are made to be there and don't want to be. I know it makes me think they brought out the squeaky tank on purpose. Yes, and he couldn't stay awake. Every single shot was him with his eyes closed and his head down like he was snoring. And then he had automaton Melania going, oh man, they are weird. And that's from the world's biggest weirdo. Oh, Wiki says this. I was told the soldiers were purposely marching out of step with each other. I know they weren't even really marching; they were just walking. I like it was the Timu version of the North Korean parade. Of course, everybody compared it to, the North Korea. Right. I get you, Tiffany. And it's not really gloat. It is sort of, I guess. But you know what? We need to win. It's been forever. And I like America. And you know what? I did watch some, where they interviewed people. I'm sorry, guys. I will get to the animals, I promise. But I'm kind of excited about all this. And it is on behalf of all of us. Uh, I watched some of the people in the streets and, their signs and things like that. And one of the most heartening things, too, I saw was so many young people. Like they happened to interview a lot of different people around who were like 15 and so, who were just as pro democracy. I mean, they were like us oldsters. And it was great hearing from all of them. So, all of that does a lot. It also makes it harder to want to be the cheese standing alone over here, being a pro dictator person, when everybody around you begins to say no. So it's all for the best. Okay, now the animal questions have piled up. Let me get down to the bottom here so I can try to stay up with you guys. That's right, Troy. He looked like he was going to cry the whole time, every shot I saw of him. And then that pathetic shot of him standing up by himself, saluting. Oh. Okay, here we go. Hi, Christine. Hi, Kirsten. Now, let's get to some animal questions. What we're all waiting for. Okay. Catherine Gilbert, we'll start with you if you're here, please. I think I just saw you. Uh, and then Dark Mother. I don't have time to read the questions ahead. I'm just trying to pick from you guys. There's Catherine Gilbert. And there's Dark Mother. Thank you, guys. So, Catherine says, desperately wanting a message from my beloved poodle, a rescue poodle named Henry. He crossed the bridge. Henry. Or you called Pan in to help with the family of geese crossing the road? That's good. He loved you calling on him. Hi, Amy. Catherine, how long ago did Henry cross? Hey, Henry. What's going on, buddy boy? I like the name Henry for a poodle. What you doing, buddy? Do you want to give a little message to your human mama? Okay, last August. Gotcha. Trying to get him to come over here. There you go. Hi, buddy bud. What's going on? Do you still have another dog at home? His crossing went great. You know, he feels like he was accomplished in what he set out to do, you know, as far as being a good doggy and being like living with people. I get he was pretty smart. Were you a smart boy? Yes, he says. You just rescued a puppy mill rescue. Okay. Very interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. I just read Spiritual Hacks question statement that every night I check under my pillow before getting into bed for chipmunks because that is the thing here. Oh Lord, that's very funny. Because your cat brings in chipmunks. I was asking who you have there, because at the beginning it seemed like I was having a little bit of time. I couldn't quite figure out where he was, and that's why I was asking how long ago he passed. So I'm kind of getting this energy that our new puppy might have his energy in it. Is it a poodle? It isn't a poodle you got this time? Is this a youngster you adopted? I feel like, yes, Shih Tzu, and she's 10 and has never seen outside or a walk. Okay. Well, I don't get that that's Henry. Yeah, but he's watching over that little dog. I feel like Henry was pretty exuberant and, could sometimes get himself into trouble. Not big trouble, but, like maybe he'd turn the trash over or something like that, or have an accident or something. Um, so he was kind of exuberant dog. And sometimes got himself into little mix-ups or little, bad boy. But it was mostly just his energy. He had a lot of energy. Um, he's also, I'm going to say he was pretty spoiled. He thought he deserved everything, and he liked having it. Okay, here's your mom's soulmate dog. She's 82. Yeah. So he was kind of treated special. I think it's because he was mom's dog. This isn't him, but, you know, everybody had to be nice to him. He's looking at the idea of returning. Um, but he's kind of looking at timing. So here he is. He's looking at the idea, choice, get off the fence. Do I want to jump back down there or do I want to stay up here? Part of it's time related. And he's trying to make the decision about it. Patience any day now. Let me pull one more card. Yeah, I think your mom would like his energy back. And I don't feel like mom's like, knocking at knocking at heaven's door or anything. Because he might stay up there if he thought she was coming soon, but I don't get that's the thing. So he's thinking more about returning back to what he likes to do, which would be in physical form. Coming back to his family, belonging, find your pack. But I don't, no, she's not going anywhere soon. Yeah, that's Alaska's cat. Alaska got up in her chair, and that's her kitty cat, Pumpkin. I don't know if you can see her, but she's sitting up on the chair with her. So if there's any kind of a thing, stipulation, would a cat be easier? Would the size of the dog make a difference? I feel like he's looking at small dog. But I don't think that's the one that you got. I mean, I love that you got that. I'm not saying that. But I don't feel like that's Henry. So, but I think he's thinking about coming back. So keep your eyes and ears open. It feels like he's going to be younger, though, than this one that you adopted. So he might be a youngster, either cat or dog. He still hasn't quite chose. So he can be a rescue, but there's rescue youngsters too. I get that. I love mixed breeds too. Um, so because the other thing would have been he would have walked in on this one that you have, but I don't know. He just that wasn't his choice. So you might not be wanting to, but looks like there's going to be another one coming up for you. So just allow it to happen. Let the universe let you know. We start getting a little bit, worried about it, and we want to try to cover every base, check every place. Just breathe and let the universe let you know where where to come find him. All righty, let's move along. Okay, Henry, thanks for being here. Dark Mother had a question. And then after that, let me scroll down a little farther. Let's look at Odd Girl Scout. Okay. Dark Mother is here. And Dark Mother's question. My old kitty Oliver is 21. Well, he's gotten up there. Hi, Oliver. Good boy. He has kidney disease and a mass in his stomach, but he seems happy and still eating. Will he let me know when he's ready to go? You're welcome, sweetie. Well, Dark Mother, please, Michelle. Is that what you're saying? First thing I hear is, I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing before I look at cards. Hey, Nathan. He says when his time comes, he's planning on just going. So I feel like he's not really planning on I'm sicker. It looks like it's just going to go. I feel like, like maybe in his sleep or something like that. That would be his choice. So he's not really, he said, well, let me know when he's ready to go. I feel like he just goes. So it doesn't feel like there's this period of I'm sicker. It's like there's that mass or whatever, but it's not like he really notices that. That might be what helps him cross, but it's not like, oh, this mass, it's not like that. He's still eating, he's still happy. It's sort of like, this sounds like not, but this is the word, like a silent killer. But when I say that, it's like when his time comes, that will help him exit. But I think he wants to just pass it home, Dark Mother. And that might just be what happens. And, like he might go in his sleep. That's what it's feeling like to me. In the meantime, 21 is a nice long life. I love it. That you're kind of pushing it, they can't 22. They've been kind of extending their life a little longer. All of them are. Um, but the reason I said that is he's loved his life. It's been very full. He's very grateful. He loves it. He couldn't ask for anything more, says Oliver. He says, don't do any action. Don't be euthanizing me or anything. Just choose non-action. This is the cutest picture of a cat ever. So, he's not like, I think he's just going to go. Courage to reach for the stars when it's his time. It's not quite time. He don't want you to worry about him. It's like, I got this. It's what, Bigfoot? I do have a Bigfoot. This is the Bigfoot, but you can't see his face. But I can't reach him. Let me see if I can. No, I can't pull him down. That's a Bigfoot. Now, this is my rainbow Bigfoot. Did you see him? Let's bring him over here. Here's my cute little rainbow pop Bigfoot. Dude, I should have him up here for pride. Love Bigfoot. I'm into all those kinds of things. You know that, don't you? I channel Pan, God of nature. Yeah. Yes, it's a Bigfoot, and that's a Bigfoot. It's like a stained glass hanging thing. It's really gorgeous. I love it. I have too many things, as you can probably tell. I like things, stuff and things. All right. So, Dark Mother, thank you. Thank you, Oliver. I love you, buddy boy. I love him. He's doing really good, though. Like, he's not really wandering around in pain or anything like that, which I like. All right, let's move over to Odd Girl Scout. Did she say hi? Yes, she did. All right. So, Odd Girl Scout. There's that question. And then after you, let me go down farther. And then Scrappy B. Scrappy B, please say hello if you're still here. So, Odd Girl Scout. Our work cat, Coco, has not been seen for 2 weeks. Has something happened to her? Did someone take her? So, this is a little kitty cat that you guys take care of at work. They're Scrappy. Good, kiddo. You'll be next. Our work cat. So, Coco. What's going on, Coco? It feels like somebody has Coco. She's been there for 10 plus years. I feel like somebody has her. Hi, San Francisco. Hi, Chris. I feel like it's somebody that works there who took up took it upon themselves to take her home, Coco, thinking that would be better. I don't know. Coco was pretty happy where she was. People were watching after and stuff like that. But it feels like this person acted on their own. Like they thought it could have a better caring for. So it'd be somebody that didn't really ever act like it was a good idea for the cat to live there or something. I feel like she said stuff. It feels like a female. She said stuff about it needs to have a home or something like that. People might have heard that. But here's that Page of Swords. But like taking action. But so it's upside down. So it was a little selfishly focused, not really taking into consideration all the different, like of all the stray cats, this one actually had it pretty good. So it wasn't really necessary to rescue it because it was being cared for. But this person thought it needed to be rescued. That's what I'm hearing. And I think they've seen it there. It's somebody that's worked there for a while, but she's thought about this for a while. She thought of it as being that this kind of life at the hospital, nobody's in, individual kitty, was like being on the outside looking in. She thought it was like not great. This person, I'm saying she feels like it is. So it was kind of her idea to make the cat's life better. Like they weren't really trying to hurt the cat or anything. She thought it was better justice. Uh, just to be its solo caretaker. But she basically took it away from other people that were actually taking care of it. So, does it look like Coco will be coming back, I wonder? Let me use my pendulum. I'll use the pendulum today. The pendulum. It's a little pan. Um, do it look like Coco will be coming back to the hospital? That would be no. Does it look like somebody has Coco at their house? Yes. Is it somebody that works there? Yes. That makes sense. Oh, so Coco did disappear once and came back. This feels like somebody with good intentions took her, but we'll see. Maybe she'll come back again. Keep us posted. That's the clearest thing I got. All right. Thank you, Odd Girl Scout. Let's look at Scrappy. Let's see who else. Um, let's see if any of you guys that came today had a question. Let's see. I'd like to see if I can find something about a live animal here. Let's see here. I thought I saw a question before from oh yeah, Suzanne. We'll do your question, Suzanne Grigsby. All righty. So next, we have, this is the worst part, is that I have to do all this crap. Scrappy. Okay. Why is my kitty Gizmo more irritable lately? Thanks. Bye, sweetie. Thank you, Miss Mims. So lots of kitty questions today. Why is Gizmo more irritable lately? Hey, Gizmo. Feels like it's related to energy. Yeah, Catherine Gilbert, I get that. I would never be a good foster because I'd end up keeping them all. Because I can't be around an animal more than just a few minutes. I love it, so I don't care what it is. So, first of all, I get Scrappy that it's energy related. He's like, this energy is like prickly. I think it's related to like just the general energy that we're all kind of feeling, and we might be a little bit irritable. It's sort of like that. Like maybe you feel irritable a little bit, and so does Gizmo. He goes, yeah, I agree. This energy is wonky. It's because it doesn't really feel like it's anything in the house. You know, like, I don't feel like he's upset with you or somebody in the house like that. It's more like general energy is a little bit irritating. Not it's like not as peaceful. It's unsettled a little bit. You know, we talked about this before, that the animals, like us, are aware that there's something going on, that the vibration's shifting and changing, and it feels prickly. It feels tiring. You can get cranky or irritable, and the cats can too. So that feels what it is. So he's just expressing himself. So we can say, well, that's okay. You get to express yourself, Gizmo, but everything's okay. We're moving into a newer, more peaceful energy. So he's going to say, Scrappy, that we're both a little bit irritable, he says. It's like we both just feel a little bit irritable. I don't know if you'd agree. with that if you've been feeling a little bit irritable too. Yeah, sweetie, I think it's all about just being sensitive to the energy. I know sometimes that sounds like a weird cop out, but that's really the best way to describe it. Um, all my pets have been acting a little differently, for months, not their normal, regular self. I mean, they're fine, but they're acting out a little bit. Right. Okay, sweetie. I hope that was helpful. All right, for Scrappy, let's move along. I picked Suzanne. I don't know if she's still here, but this is kind of a general question, so I can still read on it. And then we shall go to, let's see if I can find another. There's another gizmo. Had enough. All right, let's look at Suzanne. So Suzanne was asking, why do buzzards sit on our water tower and hold their wings up like they're giving up in a bank robbery? Well, for one thing, they like to be high up. They like to have a bird's eye view, so to speak. So they're surveying and they can see. They like to be, stationed, and they can see what's going on. So it's like a bird's eye view, 360. They like that. It's also, it's like a firm foundation under their feet, and they feel good. They lift their wings up because it just feels good. They like the wind, like to feel the wind under there. They stretch. They're sunning, letting the sun get on their wings. So it's stretchy, sun and wind. They're basically enjoying themselves, but they like to be up high. And they're kind of looking, hi, is there any new dead meat? They're looking to see if ghost is arising, so they'll go check out the body. I love that this card came out. What? That's what they do, is clean up carcasses. So they're doing their job and also relaxing. Love it. Thank you. That was fun. Airing their armpits. That's right. Any new dead meat. That's right. That was fun. Love it. I love this kind of questions. Okay. Then I said, had enough. Well, not yet, but we'll see if we can reach our limit after this one. Had enough. Not quite yet. So had enough's little dog Augie. I love it. Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy. I'm pretty sure you're probably too young to know Augie Doggy. Is having an ultrasound next week. X-ray shows something in his stomach. Of course, I'm not a doctor. You're old enough to remember. Yeah. Augie Doggy, Doggy Daddy. I love them. They're cartoon characters for anybody who didn't know. But me and Had Enough know. What's going on in there, little Augie? Hey girls, what's happening? Us going out to eat? That's a good girl. You and your cat are doing stuff, I see. You're hanging out together. Like a little dynamic duo. Yeah, from Huckleberry Hound. I don't. Let me pull a different card. It doesn't feel Augie. I love it. Yeah, simply positive me. I thought that too. I wanted the rain to rain him out. But then, in retrospect, it's kind of good because they can't blame the rain on the lack of nobody being there. And in a way, it wasn't the rain that ruined the parade. It was the people. I kind of like that. You know what I mean? Because I was with you. I wanted it to rain all over everything. In a way, this is kind of better. Okay. It looks like it's not as bad as you're imagining. Looks like they'll be able to figure out something to do about it. Or it's like a little thing, but it doesn't. Because I always look at, is it cancer spreading all around? No, I don't get that. Yeah, I know, simply positive me. Well, I asked about that, but it was kind of, his parade was rained on and dampened, but it was the people that did it. It, you know, it did rain on his parade, just not, and it rained in Washington, and they changed the time and all that. But it's probably better that it didn't in retrospect. In a way, though, I could have interpreted that as just, the parade was damp, it was low, it was, it's probably my interpretation. So I think it's not going to be bad news. It's going to be something they're going to want to work on. It feels, I don't know what else it could be. It feels, let me do my pen. Like I kind of want to, the word that comes to mind is tumor, but I don't think that's what it is. But then I don't know what else it would be. What else is it? Hey, Pan, we're looking at Augie. Does it look like Augie has a tumor in his stomach? No. Is it a growth? No, he's not going yes or no. Is everything okay with Augie? Yes. Should we worry about him? Did we worry about Augie? No. So I don't know exactly what they're going to say about it, but Pan acts like it's not a big thing. And that's what I hear too before, um, we do the pendulum. And what's happening? Yeah, Pan's always here with me, Chris, every single day. He does this show with me. So he's always right here whispering in my ear, and then sometimes he'll step in if I ask him to. But he's always doing the readings with me. Normally, like when I started out and I'll say what I'm hearing, that's him. And then we'll pull cards to kind of go down on it. Okay. Got it. Thank you for your question. Let's look at Simply Positive Me. I didn't call anybody else, did I? I don't think. Okay, let's look at Simply Positive Me. See this question. I try to do more variety so I don't just answer the same questions over and over. Can I please have a question answered? Well, we'll try. Should I get a second kitty, a small doggy, to go with my kitty, or just keep things with me and my kitty? Hey, Simply Positive Me, I know you told me before, but what's kitty cat's name again that you live with? What's Puss's name that you live with right now? Because I get you to already be good with it. So let's ask her. Schroeder. Oh, yeah. Of course, now I remember. How could I forget little Schroeder? Hey, Schroeder. What are you thinking about? What do you think about the idea of having a buddy? He follows your lead. That's one thing. So, he wants you to be happy. Okay, thank you. I'm going to pull a couple of cards from this other deck. Let's see here. Well, part of the choice is up to you. Like, would you rather have a dog or a cat? Another, second one. He's open to it, bringing something in. Now, he would want it to be younger than him. So he wants a kid or a baby or a youngster. So don't go adopting an older animal than him. So, yeah, a younger one might be a little more work, but that's what he'd be more into. So he'd want to jump in there and help work it out. As long as it's younger, he's not too particular about if it's a dog or a cat. Really. He's pretty easygoing. He's pretty on board, you know. He'll go along with whatever you want. I just think his choice, his little input is he wants a young one because he wants to be, he doesn't really want any question as who's the boss. It's going to be him. Even if it's a dog, it's still going to be him, the boss. He don't mind that. He'll help to raise it. Now, dog or cat. Give him something more to do. Again, it's more for you, sweetie, than for Schroeder, but he's happy to go along. He thinks it'd be fun. It's like it's going to broaden your horizons, both of you. It'll expand the family. Now I'm getting the feeling more and more of a dog. And this little kitty cat will grow up being friends with this dog and teaching it. Hold on. Does it look like our little Schroeder is open to having a new housemate? Yes. Is he open to having a doggy as a new housemate? Yes. Do you think he might prefer having a dog as opposed to a second cat? Yes. So I'm going kind of towards the dog. He's very open to it. Now, as we all know, when we introduce them, there's a little bit of falderel that happens. Like I can see a puppy running up and Schroeder going, back off. You know, like a little bit of that happens in the midst. But he's on board with it. Okay. I actually think there's one already kind of coming for you, and he's on board with it. You're going to expand your family. And this dog energy is a different energy than the cat, but it'll be, you know, a family, and you each have a very different expression. You know, there's dog, there's cat, there's person, but we all get along together. Yeah, he'd get along better with the dog, like just like what you were sensing, you know, about territory and stuff. Sounds fun. Nothing like a puppy. Just remember that puppy lasts a couple years and then you forget all about all the puppy stuff. So it'll be fun. All right. Thank you. I know my time's running out. Let me see if I can squeeze one more in here. So many questions I missed. Let me do one more before I say toodaloo. Taurus 16. I don't know if you're still hanging. Does our family dog Sparky have a message for our daughter? Um, hey, Teresa, I'm sorry I missed your question. No, it doesn't necessarily have to be a small dog, Simply Positive Me. It can be a big dog, but it needs to be a puppy, a youngster. For this one, for a Schroeder to take under his wing and raise him as if he was his. Um, thank you, Taurus. As if it was his child. So it can be you can choose a breed you like, or it can be a mix, whatever. You can kind of choose. It doesn't have to be a little dog unless that suits you better, your living situation, stuff like that. So the choice is yours, he keeps saying. Choice is yours, choice is yours, choice is yours. Big or little, I don't care. So now we're looking about Sparky. Hey, Sparky. Is there any message? Yes, baby animals do take a lot of energy. They have a lot of energy, but so do baby people. Luckily, it goes faster with animals. Did Sparky? That's right, Simply Positive Me. Was there something a little bit about his passing that we didn't necessarily like or something? I'm wondering. Like accident or something like that? Maybe not. Oh, yes. Yeah. He's kind of talking about that. Um, but he's also talking about, so whatever, oh, cancer. So, it got him and he died, and yeah, it was awful. We didn't like it. And your daughter took it hard. Uh, but we got the chariot. The reason I was saying that, because like the devil showed first, so that was like about his demise was a little, we didn't like, it was mucky. Um, we didn't expect it, kind of a thing. But he gets the chariot right after that. So I don't feel like he's planning on staying put for a long time. He's already thinking about being on the move. He's already thinking about graduating into a new step, not staying. So I wonder if we're thinking about getting another dog, or if your daughter, is she saying, no, I don't want. So then we get this Knight of Pentacles. And one way to interpret that, if you're me, is here I come with an earthly gift for you. I'm on the way with the gift. Oh, she thinks we should get another dog. That's good, because Sparky thinks so too. Um, all these cards are like, I'm not going to stay up here. I'm coming back. There was a strong bond between the two, and I'm glad she's open. You know, that didn't scar her or scare her away from another one. And I got goosebumps all over me. So kind of listen with your inner senses. I feel like, let me pull a couple of these cards, that we've already had enough time to be moving into the next thing. So now maybe your daughter's too young to think like that, but he's giving me the old I'm coming back again vibes to be with my buddy. I'm not really thinking about staying over in heaven for a long period of time. So, like right in the beginning, I said, listen with your inner eyes and your inner senses. The first card that came out, instinct, trust your intuition. So I'm just repeating what I said. Sparky, steady as she goes. It's got this plan in motion. The plan is being back with his pack, his belonging. Get back with your pack. He might come back as a little one that needs extra care. Did you have Sparky since he was a puppy? Yes, simply positive mean it doesn't have to be a newborn puppy, but young. Yep, so it looks like it would be a puppy again. Here we go. We've got lots of puppies coming through today. So that's where it's going. I like to hear that your daughter's thinking, yeah, let's get another doggy, because that's such a hard thing. But I think he's not into hanging out beyond the pearly gates. It's like, it's a little boring over here. I'd much rather come right back. So all my cards are saying he's going to come back. So just kind of listen. If you have an instinct to look. Don't just look out of desperation or I'll miss it like that. But just when you have a feel, feels good to look around or something. Or here's the other thing I just heard when I was saying that is it's likely that your daughter might find him. Now, I don't mean like find him like in the bushes or something, but like get word of him, or she's the one that brings in the information of, oh, there's a dog or something like that. So I got that hit that she might be the one that mentions it or has news of one or something like that. You know what I'm saying, guys? So, well, that was fun. I tried to, stir it up and get as many people as I could today, but I always feel like I fail at getting everybody. But I just do the best I can. What can I do? No more than that. So I love you guys all so much. I love all of our little animals so much. I appreciate them coming and being on the show with me. I'm going to do a big Let me do a shout out to my buddy Debbie, who couldn't be here today because she's doing a spiritual event, retreat, I don't know what you call it, in Sedona, but she'll be back next week. Okay. Love you guys a bush on a peck. Now I'm going to go have something to eat. That's just the way I am. And I'm going to reveal my new hair one of these days, but I'm hiding it right now. You get a little quick sneak. Here's a sneak peek. All right. Love you. Bye-bye.